You can. Good, and you?
Good. I write all the blogs.
Oh, yeah. I've read them. Yeah, I helped you write a couple. When you were on the phone with Coach Irvis, I was telling him what happened during the games.
Yeah, right, yeah. He's a big basketball fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he was full-time teaching, he would be wearing his white shirt and tie and everything. He'd watch volleyball, lacrosse. He was a fan of everybody, but he's getting kind of older. He still stays there 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
He picks kids up.
Yeah, I'm one of the kids he picked up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You got a notebook or something?
Notes on my phone.
That's gonna be hard.
Not for real. Who else got to sit up here?
Nobody, just us.
He coming up here.
That's the bathroom. Hello, Eagle Nation. I'm Aiden Buchanan. I'm here with
Aiden Young. We're here and we're going to quickly give a brief description of the game that we have today. Your St. Edward Eagles are facing off against the St. Ignatius Wildcats. Aiden, key takeaways for this game.
this is a star-studded matchup, both sides. A lot of guard play. St. Ignatius have the bigger team, bigger guards, bigger bigs. But St. Ignatius is going to have to play gritty, tough basketball.
Our team is a lot smaller, and we're okay with that. We have a lot of players, tough players. We can stretch the floor. We can shoot the ball, and if we come out here and play great defense to start out this game, I think there's no way we don't win.
Yeah, even though you have a great start, does not always mean a lot. In the freshman game, St. Ignatius, the second game, the freshman gold team had a great was it gold?
Gold, yeah.
Yeah, I believe St. Ignatius gold team had a great start, leading the game 18-2. St. Ignatius coming back with the help of Zach Heckelman, a freshman on the court right here, right now, who just had the ball, number 2. He will be a big impact tonight. He had a great game, leading his team to an 18-point comeback in the first half, losing the game by 3 in the end.
Yeah, Zach Hackelman was a big impact in the freshman game on Wednesday, and tonight we're ready to see how it can translate over to the JV game. I know one of our players, Aiden Butler, is coming back from a back injury, and a freshman on St. Ignatius' team, RJ Jones, is also out.
Yeah, also I see I believe it's number 1, Billy Beck, with a brace on his right knee. So that should also be a big impact. So injuries are a part of the game. We don't like to see them, but let's hope that it does not impact this game a little bit too much. Hey, what are your key takeaways? What type of styles of play do you think these teams have watching the last game?
I think the Eagles and the Wildcats both have a very fast-paced game to only be a JV basketball team. But one thing they both have to control is their emotions. In a game like this, a huge rivalry, sometimes you can get yourself out of the game because you're too aggressive or too angry. As long as both teams stay together and stay strong, it should be a great match tonight. I mean, both teams are filled with a lot of talent and great coaches. So other than that, it's just on the players and how they control the game mentally.
Yeah, speaking of coaches, St. Ed's is hungry, and they're looking for a win. Coach Sweeney being 0-3 now as of the last matchup. 0-3 against the St. Ignatius Wildcats as a JV head coach. Looking to get one right here, right now. Dev Jack, I believe, this is his first season as the JV head coach of St. Ignatius. Assistant last year, also a freshman coach. He's 1-0 against the St. Ed's Junior Varsity.
And one thing you must know about Coach Dev Jack, he's more of a younger coach. He likes to talk more to his players, get them involved, which can be a key thing. Players like to feel boosted from the sideline with fans and coaches getting uplifted constantly. So that may be a key takeaway tonight.
Yeah. And as we start, our starting lineups for St. Ignatius Wildcats and St. Edward Eagles, I'll take St. Ed. We have Drew Ursich, number 1. We have Nate Ursich, number 5. We have Luke Vislocki, number 23. Marty McGlynn, number 21, who did not start last game. Number 3, JT Kelsheimer.
And for your St. Ignatius Wildcats, we have number 25, David Mertez, number 22, Connor Mangan, number 10, Jimmy Thomas, number 2, Cody Haddad, and number 11, Pierce Gibbs.
And as we get into this game, Lucas Locke with the ball at the top of the key. Dribble handoff, Nate Ursich. Drew Ursich with the ball. Looks to set up the offense. Nate Ursich attacks. Pass to JT Kelsheimer. JT Kelsheimer down the lane. Pass to Marty McGlynn. Great ball movement so far. Let's drive. Oh, and a nice layup there, and it's missed. Rebound by Pierce Gibbs. Pierce pushes the ball up the court. Oh, St. Ed's is confused. Crossover from David Mertez. Pump fake. Nice. Oh, that's off.
Nice move there for David. The Wildcats will get the ball back. Cody dribbles around. He goes up for the layup, and it's good. 2-0 your score here with the Wildcats up 2.
Great move there from Cody Haddad. Nice inside hand. They look to trap. Full court press there from Drew Ursich in the corner.
Boom! Nice 3 there from Drew Ursich.
We will need that this game. We didn't need a lot of that last game because they had a fierce game plan for Drew Ursich, but we look to stop it.
Dump down low to David is good. He now has 2 points tonight. 4 threes are scored. Marty is bringing it up the court.
Marty McGlynn bringing the ball up the court, being guarded by Jimmy Thomas. Lucas Lasky sets the screen. Marty McGlynn down the lane. Jump stop. Pass it. Oh! No call there from the ref.
Left-hand layup there from JT. Luke gets it back, and the travel will be called here on Luke Lasky. Great move there, getting a second chance rebound, but he has to be more efficient on what he wants to do after he get the ball.
And you can already feel the energy in this place. Pierce Gibbs bringing the ball up the court, breaking the press very easily, being guarded by Marty McGlynn. Lucas Lasky sacking off. Oh, they set a screen. They want
David
the
for 3. Boom! Big 3 there from David. He now has 5 points tonight, and you can tell off rip he has no problem with scoring the ball.
A lot of confidence. Jimmy Thomas being guarded by Marty McGlynn being guarded by Jimmy Thomas. He sees the trap coming, pushes down the lane, taking Drew, kick to Nate. And I just want to speak on that 3 hit by, and you can hear the energy here early. I just want to speak on that 3 hit by Dave Merchants. I don't believe he attempted one last game in air ball. So the fact that he has confidence to take it and this big of a game says a lot about him.
We knew when we played in the Wildcats gym they were going to have no problem shooting the ball any chance they got. The confidence is there, and now it's on the Eagles to capitalize and make a run and win this game.
Drew Yursh's guarding Cody Haddad. Cody Haddad with the in and out, down the lane. Oh, and out of bounds. Whoa.
Wildcats ball must have been the tip. He was a little out of control there.
Yeah, very athletic player. If he gets his game under control, he will be great in the future.
Inbound pass over there to Connor. Stolen from Marty. Marty goes, he loses it. He's on the floor for it. JT takes the wide open 3.
Back rim is off. Jimmy Thomas pushing the ball up the court, looking for someone. Slows it down, being guarded by Drew Yurshis, the much smaller defender. Hits him with the post move, doesn't work very well. Marty McGlynn has brought the ball up countless times this game. He's looked like a point guard out here today, guys.
Marty is very comfortable tonight. That's what we like to see here.
And that was a big part for him last game.
JT has it up top. He kicks over to Marty.
Braylon Sullivan looks at 7 into the game. Missed call there from the ref. Marty McGlynn, I believe that's the second turnover of the game.
Marty starting off a little rough here. Ball enters the corner. He goes baseline, up for 2, and it's off. Wildcats once again will get possession on a play that can be argued that Ed should get the ball.
And St. Ed's looks at 7, Braylon Sullivan and Bowden Grant. They sub out JT Kelsheimer and Marty McGlynn. St. Ed's looks to keep this player fresh. I've never seen him sub this early. Inbound
pass guarded by Bowden. Luke is now playing defense on the perimeter. Screen there, shot up for Connor. It's off. And a little physical altercation there. And that would be a jump ball, and the Wildcats would get the ball back again.
Pierce Gibbs taking the ball out of bounds, looking for Mertis. Gets it into Mertis, guarded in the corner by Luke Lasky. Mertis puts him in the paint, pump fake, jab step, down the lane. Nice move there from Cody Haddad. Misses the layup. There's been multiple missed layups this game. Bowden Grant bringing the ball up the court. Looks for Drew Yursic. Jab. Nice passing down the lane. Oh, tip. Kick to Nate. Oh, stumbled defender. Good pass to Bowden. Bowden kicks it out.
Drew gets it at the top. He pulls a deep 3. It's off. Rebound there from David. David kicks over to Pierce. Pierce looks, he attacks, he goes up for 2, and it is good. 2 points there for Pierce Gibbs. Inbound pass to Luke Wislowski. Bowden has it.
Bowden bring the ball up the court. Behind
the back for Bowden. Braylon now has it at the top. He works on his defender. He drives to the paint. He kicks over to Drew. Drew has it. He kicks out to Bowden. Bowden cuts off the pass. Luke now has it. He brings it out. Braylon comes up to get it. It's not there. He attacks. He goes up. He looks to score, and the travel will be called again on Luke Wislowski. The second time tonight, and you can tell the refs are not on our side tonight.
Yeah, Luke has to have more body control in the paint. Maybe a jump stop. Martin McGlynn is a master at that. He needs to take a couple lessons from him.
9-3 is your score here. 3 minutes and 4 seconds left remaining in this game. David now dribbles up the court. He looks over. He kicks to Cody. Cody pulls the 3.
It's no good.
It's off. No foul called on that rebound.
Rebound by Nate Hirsch, just pushing the ball up the court. Slow pace. Being guarded by Cody Haddad.
Braylon now has it. Drew cuts baseline. Braylon looks. He does not give it to him. Nate now comes back forward. He thought about the three. He thought to attack. He pulled back out. He drives. Viz wide open for the layup. 2 points for Luke Kozlowski. 9-5 is now your score here.
Great pass there from Nate Yurshis. I believe that's the Eagles' first points since the first minute of the game. Jimmy Thomas pushing the ball up the court and much smaller Braylon Sullivan. Braylon Sullivan reached. Braylon Sullivan is no pet. He's a pest when it comes to defense.
And a double team came over. Great defense. And a turnover will be called on the Wildcats. You can see the importance of defense there, not giving up on the play, getting scrappy, and going to fight for the ball.
Number 14 is now subbing in the game, Evan Solar. Also, number 5 is subbing in the game for St. Nathan Wildcats. His name is Vance Brody.
Viz now has the ball at the top of the key. Nate comes back to get it. Drew gets it on the wing. Drew Cook.
Oh, moving screen on Luke
Moving
Kozlowski.
screen called on Luke Kozlowski.
That will be pivotal. Luke has to stay in the game.
We now see number 20, Zymer Knox, checking into the game, assuming he will get Luke, and Luke comes out.
Yeah, Luke Kozlowski has 2 fouls already early in this matchup, and they need him throughout this game.
When you look at the size of the Wildcats, you definitely don't want one of your bigger players getting in foul trouble early. In the first quarter is very early. Defense here been playing by Braylon Sullivan. Jimmy Thomas a little aggressive. He kicks over.
Step back by Vance Brody, pump fake. Looks for Pierce Gribb. Pierce Gribb, Bowden Grant guarding Pierce Gribb. Childhood matchup, childhood friends. Oh,
nice
great
crossover there from Pierce. He loses it. Braylon is now off. He kicks it over. Rebound near. Block there, sorry. And the foul will be called.
And you can feel the energy in this place already.
Nate went up for that layup. He might have thought it was a bit free, and it was blocked. And not only it wasn't blocked, but he committed a foul, which is not so smart in a game of basketball.
Yeah, especially in a game of this thick, high emotions. David Merchants is subbing out the game now. And number 2, Zach Hickman is subbing the game for St. Edwards.
Once again, Zach had a great performance here, so we'd like to see his performance tonight.
Jimmy Thomas bringing the ball up the court, being guarded by Zach Hickman. Trapped by Braylon Sullivan.
Pass intercepted from Drew. Drew looks up to Braylon. Braylon goes for the layup, and it is good. 2 points here for Braylon Sullivan.
The fast-paced play of the Eagles is working well for them so far.
Pierce Gibbs been guarded from Bowden Grant, by Bowden Grant. He works up the court. The trap came. Zach came back. He's playing tight defense here on Jimmy. Jimmy with a nice move. He's forced to pick it up.
Steal by Zymer Knox. And we may know what's coming.
He drives and he pulls it out. 3 here. It is up. Off the mark. Missed 3 there from Drew. Connor now has it. Pierce has it. It's a 5 count going. He makes a move. He kicks back over to Connor. Connor kicks to Vance. 3-pointer here from Evan.
And you should see the roundabout of Eagles soaring to the ball. Very quickly, Zymer Knox brings the ball up the court. Passes Zach Hickman. Zach Hickman looking at the offense. He's a wizard. Pass to Bowden Grant, drive down the lane, kick to Yursic, kick to Zymer, Zach Hickman.
Nice move from Zach.
That's no good.
And that's a nice shot there. He just has to drop.
23 seconds left in the first quarter. Number 5
Vance
brings
now
the ball
has
up the
it.
court.
He works on Bowden. 15 seconds left remaining in this quarter. He's forced to pick the ball up.
Timeout by Dev Jack. It looked the sub code you had that in after the timeout.
Very quickly into this game, we can see the energy that has been shown here on the court and in the gym. Luke Kozlowski's in foul trouble early, which could be bad. Other than that, you can see that the defense here that the Eagles are playing can work. It's possible to win this game. The trap is coming. High pressure defense played on the perimeter.
Yeah, I see a lot of what you said. You know, the big impact of David Merchants is showing early, the size differential, but St. Nathan's is not shying away. They are fighting. Luke Kozlowski, Bowden Grant, Zymer Knox, our bigs are playing very physical and fast right now. And I respect it. So it looks as if St. Nathan's draws up a play to beat St. Edwards press. Even though it's just man-to-man, it's hard to beat with very physical and scrappy defenders like Bowden Grant and Braylon Sullivan in the game.
And adjustments in the game of basketball is very key. If you don't adjust, you can easily fall behind. So that's a nice adjustment there from Coach Dev Jack.
And they also look to take the last shot.
Little motion going. Screen here for Vance. The 3 is up and it's off. Rebound here. Evan missed it.
And
that would do it for your first quarter. 9-7 is your score here. The Wildcats with the lead of 2 off rip. I just wanted talk about a little bit, like Aiden just did, the impact of David Merchis. He has the ability to shoot the ball. He can bang down low. He can lay it up. He can rebound. He's everywhere. And seeing that Luke Wisłowski is in foul trouble, this can get very, very dangerous for your Eagles.
Yeah, David Merchis has not been in the game much with Luke Wisłowski out, but we will see that very soon if Luke stays in foul trouble like this. But I believe Bowden Grant will do a great job guarding David Merchis in the paint, maybe because he's a bigger body, longer. He has experience guarding bigs, having his brother, Cam Grant, being a very excellent player for St. Anne's, also being a bigger player.
And you can see the early game nerves. 9-7 is a very low-scoring first quarter, but we usually see around after the halftime they pick up with scoring, they run the scoreboard up. It's more back-to-back. Right now, teams are still trying to find how to get into a smooth offense, find their rhythm, see who is hitting tonight, who's on tonight, and yeah.
Especially in a game like this, nerves are big. St. Ignatius subs out a couple players. Number 0, Anthony Reale is now in the game. Number 12,
Anthony Menighty.
Yeah, and number 25, David Merchis is back in the game, along with Cody Haddad.
The Eagles out here still with Braylon, Bowden, Zach, Zymir,
and Nate. Being guarded 94 feet here.
Nate is dribbling up the court. He kicked over to Zach Hackelman. Hackelman attacks the paint. He kicks over to Zymir. Zymir thought about a pass. Zach comes back up to get his screen set by Zymir. Kicked over to Bowden. Bowden comes off the screen. Braylon now has it.
Great defense here being played by St. Ignatius Wildcats. Great rotation. Shot by
Braylon
Braylon
for the three.
That's off. They fight for the rebound. They look for Merchis, and oh my God.
Nice Euro from David, and he missed an easy one there. We got lucky.
Yeah, that's a bunny for a big guy like him. Almost 7 foot. You have to make those if you want to win a game like this. Ooh, and a hard screen from Bowden Grant there on Cody Haddad. Very physical play so far. Number 12,
Braylon
Anthony
is
Mike.
dribbling on the perimeter.
Great defense on Braylon Sullivan.
Nice
Back cut by
backdoor
Zach
from
Heckelman.
Zach, and the layup is good. 9-9 is your score. That's why it's important to cut. Braylon was trampled there on the perimeter, and he found an open Zach. And another.
And too much dribbling going on for Anthony Mike, getting double teamed and ball stolen by Zach Heckelman and Bowden Grant. Tying it up. Ball will go to, I'm not sure. Oh, St. Ignatius. Number 23 subs in the game for number 22. Number 23, Owen Purcell subs in the game for number 22, Connor Maggin.
I thought the Wildcats got the first jump ball. I didn't know about them getting the second one.
It was another one down low at the paint.
Right.
Martin McGlynn sub back in the game for the Eagles. Guarding the much bigger David Merchis right now.
Shot up for Cody. It's good. 12-9, here's your score. Nice three-point there from Cody. Zymir now has it at the top.
Cody hit that with 5
Pull up jump shot, and a foul will be called.
David Merchis, Zymir Knox getting a little touchy, a little bit talk.
And you can see it almost felt like Zymir wanted to adjust the shot there. Before he did it, it was too late.
Yeah.
And luckily, a foul was called.
Yeah, bad foul there from David Merchis. Zymir shoots 2.
First free throw is up, and it's good for Zymir. Second free throw is also good for Zymir. Two key free throws there.
1 point game here, 5 minutes and 42 seconds left in the game.
Anthony here now has it. He kicked back over to Cody. Cody shoots one deep to Owen. Owen gets it to David in the key. And the 2 points is missed again, but followed up again for David. He now has 7 points tonight, and we can see the mismatch down low.
You can see the fast pace of the Eagles getting the ball up the court. St. Ignatius cannot even set the trap up yet. Oh, jab step, maybe a travel there for Zymir Knox. Back cut once again, works for St. Edward. St. Ignatius defense is too aggressive for them. Number 0, Anthony Reale being guarded. Oh, the Eagles are in the 22 press here.
Cody has it. He works, he goes baseline. He beats Braylon baseline. Nice corner pass to Anthony. Anthony up for the 3, and it's off. Rebound from Zymir, and a foul will be called.
Foul on number 23, Anthony Purcell. I'm sorry, everyone, on Zymir Knox. And Zymir Knox talking a little bit with Cody Haddad. Zymir Knox needs to control his emotions in this big game like this.
Braylon now comes out after some great minutes from him. Not sure why he's coming out so early, but we can never question the coach, for they know what they are doing.
I believe it was a great time for him to come out. He played some great minutes, physical, hard defense. He has to be tired.
Zach is now bringing it up. He kicks it over to Marty. Drew gets it. A foul will be called on the floor on Anthony. On Billy, sorry. Oh, no. Anthony, I was right.
Yeah, off-ball foul there. Very physical player there, Anthony.
He has such a bigger frame when we look at Zach Hackelman, but Zach won't back away. Zach gets the inbound pass over to Drew. Drew looks for Marty down low. He now kicks to his brother Nate. Nate works it. He works it. Left-hand layup was pretty, but he missed.
Yeah, I like that move there. He just has to finish it. I bet he's been in the lab this summer perfecting that move. Number 10, Jimmy Thomas subs in the game for Anthony Might.
Score here is 14-13. Second quarter, 4 minutes, 42 seconds remaining. Cody has it. No one in front of him. He thought about kicking to David, but he kicks corner to Owen. Owen for three, and it is off. Rebound down low there for Jimmy Thomas. Ball tipped out of his hand by Zymir, and the Wildcats will keep possession. Pierce inbounding the ball. Wildcats running some type of play here. David gets open, and a foul will be called. A very visible push there from Zymir. I'm sure he intended to just stop him from getting the ball, maybe get a pass deflection there, but a foul will be called.
Pierce Gibbs taking the ball out under the hoop. Much small. Oh, almost 5 seconds there. Zymir knocks guard. Oh, down the lane.
Nice pass there for Pierce. And that's why you don't gamble. Zymir gambling got Pierce open for the two, and the score is now 16-13. Zach has it up top. He waits as he runs the offense. Drew cuts baseline. He attacks. A nice pass for Marty. Marty goes up and blocked. He gets it back, and he just brings it out. Smart player there. He thought about attacking again. He gets it over to Drew. Drew gives it to Zach. Zach thought about attacking. Zymir thought about the three. Jab step, pull-up jump shot for Zymir, and it is out.
That has to be Zymir moves. I love it. I love to see it. He does it all the time.
Blocking foul there called on Drew Richards.
I respect him for attempting against a much bigger Cody Haddad and frame, but that's a big part for the Eagles. They didn't take many charges last game, and they needed to take them.
And we can see Bowden Granton's getting ready to check into this game, maybe for Knox.
Score is 16-13. David Merchants, I believe, the leading scorer for both sides here with 7 points.
First shot there for Cody is good. JT and Bowden comes in the game.
7 out, Zach Heckelman and Zymir Knox, who played great minutes there. Very physical and fast pace of play for both of them. Cody did that with the second one. Oh, also, speaking of free throws, Ignatius almost went perfect last game for free throws from the line.
No one is open. Marty is looking. JT comes down as he should.
JT being guarded by Pierce Gibbs.
Kicks over to Marty. Marty gives it back to JT. JT looks to score. He gives it off to Nate. Nate goes up for two. No foul will be called. Rebound from JT. And a foul on the floor.
Pierce and Jared talking once again. Last game, they got a very physical play. Last game, there was a lot of talk over social media and on the court. So,
David Mertes comes back into the game.
Pass to Drew Yersis. Drew Yersis gets the ball. Pass to JT Kelsheimer. JT Kelsheimer looking around, surveying the court. Pass to Bowden Grant. He's also surveying. Pass back to JT. Rip through. Helped by David Mertes. Gets in the way. Bowden jab step. Rip through once again. Kick to Marty McGlynn in the corner. Oh, he has to take that, and it's a travel.
Marty had the three, and he should have shot it. Brian Velocic is about to check into the game, maybe for Marty. Marty has some good time minutes, but as a coach, you want your players to shoot and have the confidence to shoot the ball.
And guess what? Brian Velocic has the confidence, and he will make it when he gets hot. Cody Dad bringing the ball up the court, pass in half court. Lose dribble here, pass to Jimmy Thomas. JT Kelsheimer Nate Yersis guarding Jimmy Thomas. Jimmy Thomas looks, surveying the court, drives baseline. A little bit late help there from Brian Velocic. Brian Velocic gets the ball in to Nate Yersis. Nate Yersis pushing the ball up the court, being guarded by Cody Haddad.
And that bucket right there was just too easy. You can't let your man blow by you. in a key game like this. JT now has it at the top. He surveys around. He gives it to Bowden. Cut there from Drew. It is not open. JT gets it back. He's working, gives it over to Nate. Nate thought about driving, just not there. Brian now has it, and the Wildcats are gaining momentum as they're playing great defense this possession. Brian thought about trying to go score. He goes up, and he will be fouled. A nice, crafty right-hand finish on the left-hand side from Brian Vlasic.
Yeah, you can see his knee mess with him a little bit after the finish. Brian Vlasic played a decent game against the freshman, St. Ignatius, last week. Playing a great game the first matchup. Just had an off night, Played great all parts of the game, but just not as much scoring as usual.
Shot was a bit off, but he still tried his best to stay involved, which he did, and impact the game in different ways. Hopefully tonight he has no worries about his shot and falls through as he hits the first free throw.
Yeah, I was talking to his brother after the game. He said Brian didn't have a bad game. He just finally played human. And
that's a great way to explain Brian Vlasic. He never misses, so when he does, we don't expect it.
Very surprising. Brian Vlasic with the second free throw.
And it rattles in or rattles out. Rebound taken away from Bowden, sorry.
Brian Vlasic guarded him. Great defense here from Brian Vlasic on Pierce Gibbs.
He drives in an offensive foul there on Bowden Grant. Charging foul there. That's what we like to see from our players, having the courage to take a foul like that. A nice bump to the chest or hit to the chest. 20-14 is your score. 2 minutes and 23 seconds remaining here in this game, in the second quarter.
Nate Yurshis with the ball, surveying the court, telling Brendan Sullivan to get out of there. Brendan Sullivan being guarded by a much bigger defender. Almost everyone on the court is.
Nate gives it to Bowden. Backdoor cut from Drew. It is not open. He comes up for the three. He thought about it. He goes baseline. He kicks over to Bowden. Bowden passes to Braylon. Braylon comes around the screen. He gives it to Nate.
Fade away.
Tip pass there from Braylon, which got us the rebound back. Bowden has it. He works. He goes in. He shoots for the two, and it's good. Nice move there from Bowden Grant. Way to be aggressive.
Yeah, being guarded by a much bigger defender, you have to take shots like that. You can't go straight up, and he was smart with it.
Defense been playing there from Braylon. Great defense, and another timeout here for Coach Dev Jackson. Great defense from Braylon Sullivan. That's what we like to see.
Forcing a much bigger defender, but much bigger forcing a much bigger Pierce Gibbs to pick his dribble up and fall to the ground.
That's what we like to see there for your Eagles. 20-16 is your score. And we have a couple fans trying to chirp at the ref, maybe saying that was a foul.
Yeah, Brendan Sullivan's a pest, and he's much smaller, so it's a lot hard to catch the little hand checks because he's not moving his body. So we have 10 seconds left in this timeout. The score is 20-16, a minute 43 left in the second quarter. And as you can see, this place is filling up very fast and rapidly. The game is sold out, everyone, and this will be a great game from both sides.
I'm sure this is one of the most anticipated games every single year, as both schools always push to have a good game in the Holy War and to come out and win.
Coach Flynn has won the last three matches between this team, along with St. Ignatius JV team in the last three matchups.
The Wildcats now have the ball. Jimmy Thomas walks it up. David comes to get it. He kicks it over to Pierce. Vance came off the screen. David gets it back. He drives. And a blocking foul there for Zymer Knox. That will be 2 for him.
Yeah, maybe a bad call there from the rest. I believe you just let that one play out. Zymer Knox beat him to the spot. He couldn't have his feet set because they're moving. So I'm not pretty sure, but I'm not a referee, so I couldn't tell you. Zymer Knox has 2 fouls during this game. Zach Heckman trying to calm Zymer Knox down. He probably knows the way best to do it, being a freshman teammate and also an AAU teammate of Zymer Knox for a very long time.
Vance came off the screen ready to shoot. Double team and a steal there from Braylon Sullivan, also making Pierce touch the floor. Nice pass there for Braylon. Drew goes. He kicks it out to Bowden. Bowden gives it to Nate. Eagles slow down, set up the offense. Nate works. He kicks it over to his brother Drew. Drew thought about driving. He gives it to Bowden. Bowden goes with his head down, left hand layup, and it is off.
Did you see how high Braylon Sullivan got jumping for that rebound? Showing a little bit of his brother right there.
Layup there from Jimmy, and it's off. Drew had it for the 3, and he lost it. Wildcats will get the ball.
And you can't make crucial mistakes like that in this game. 50 seconds left in the second quarter. 20-16, St. Ignatius leads. Pierce Gibbs smacking the ball very forcefully a couple times. Jimmy Thomas being guarded by Drew Yurcich. He's forcing the sideline.
Screen set by David. He rejects it, but David gets it. Nice crossover move for David. He goes for the 2. He misses. Get his putback, and he misses again. Way to stay down there for the Eagles. And that will be a foul there on David, as he's maybe a little frustrated with those 2 misses.
Yeah, David Merchant's been a much bigger player. He has 2 fouls now. So St. Ed's now in the bonus. David Merchants and Cody Haddad lead St. Ed's Wildcats 7 points apiece.
And when you look at this big man matchup down low, Bowden Grant being 6'3" and David being 6'6", Coach Dev Jack might feel like that's something that we might have to try a couple times to see if David can get a couple buckets down there.
Yeah, take advantage of. But Bowden Grant is not going out softly.
20-16 is your score here. 35 seconds remaining in the second quarter. First free throw up for Marty McGlynn, and it's good.
Score is now 20-17, 35 seconds left.
Second free throw up, and it is off. Rebound there from Pierce.
Bowden Grant sprinting down. Oh,
Pierce
great
keeps
defense
it, but great defense once again from Braylon Sullivan. A foul will be called, but I think he's just a pest, and the ref can't understand how he keeps getting steals.
Yeah, I don't think it was a steal on the initial defense. I believe after the fact, he held Pierce's arm trying to get the ball on the loose ball.
Wildcats now being in the bonus. But for a player like Braylon Sullivan, I think he should keep at it. He's playing great defense tonight, scored 2 buckets, and he's an impactful player in tonight's game.
Yeah, in many ways, not just scoring. As last year, he was a great scorer, having 30 points in the first freshman game against St. Ignatius.
We know Braylon has the ability to score the ball, but he's learning how to use his body for other things. You know, he's a bit lanky, he's fast, speedy. He can accelerate very quickly, and he's just using it, and we're seeing it right in front of our faces. Nate has it. He kicks it over to Marty. Nate tries to get it over the line, and he throws a steal. Pierce takes it.
This 22 press from St. Ignatius looks very forceful right now. And I love the hustle from Marty McGlynn, tipping the ball, getting it out of bounds very quickly, getting away from St. Ignatius.
Once again, you can see when Braylon is guarding Pierce Gibbs, he's almost forced to make a mistake before he can get rid of it.
Yeah, I think you have to switch your point guard here when Braylon Sullivan is being guarded. When Braylon Sullivan's guarding you.
Braylon coming back to play more defense on Pierce. Pierce kicks it to Vance in the corner, and a blocking foul will be called there on Drew Yurcich.
I believe that's Drew Yurchich's second foul in the game. He has 3 points as of now. Also, 12 seconds left in the quarter. 22-17. Very good game for both sides so far.
And slowly I can see the foul trouble starting to become a pain for your Eagles here. Luke Wisłowski has 2 fouls here. He's been sitting for a minute. Knox has 2 fouls here. He's been sitting for a minute. And for us to be going against a team like the Wildcats, we don't want to get in foul trouble because our biggest players here will be hurt. They will have to sit.
They subbed Brian Velocious in maybe for a last-second hope at a 3-pointer.
And a rebound missed there for Brian, and the Eagles will get the ball, maybe a makeup call.
Yeah, tipped out of bounds by Connor Megan.
And we see a fan here on the Wildcat side imitate a ref maybe being blind. Maybe that was a missed call. Braylon tells Brian to come get it. Nate now has it. Braylon has it. He kicks it over to Brian. Brian walks into a 3. It is up.
And
Boom! 3 there from Brian Vlasic. 1 second last second heave there, and it is off. 22-20 is your score here. And Aiden, can you explain or tell us about your key takeaways in the first half?
Yeah, I seen that coming here. They subbed Brian Velocious in just for the last 12 seconds of that half. Hit the big shot, as he always does. But I just want to talk about the game. It's been very fast-paced, both sides. Cody Haddad and David Merchant have been big, impactful players for St. Ignatius. And Braylon Sullivan coming off the bench has been a big, impactful player for St. Ed's.
And even with all the foul trouble the Eagles are in, it's still a pretty close one. 22-20 as we see our varsity team walks out to the locker room, maybe to give some encouraging words here to your JV.
Yeah, we have a pretty big crowd here. They all exit the gym to go get some concessions at the St. Ignatius concession stand and maybe conversate with each other. We'll be back at the end of the half, guys.
We are back here, tuned into this game. 22-20 is your score here. Wildcats with a 2-point lead. Key takeaways from the first half, Aiden.
This physical play from both sides so far. And physical play from both sides, coaching from both sides, and the presses that they are running. The 22 presses seem to work for the Eagles, along with full court man-to-man defense for the Eagles. And also, the diamond press for the St. Ignatius Wildcats has worked very well for them.
And now that we look, sorry.
3 lengthy guards up ahead for them. That's very intimidating for the much smaller St. Ed's.
And now that we looked at the pros here, let me tell you a bit about the cons. Our St. Edward Eagles is a bit in foul trouble here. And for the Wildcats, I'm trying to think of a couple, maybe turnovers. I know Braylon is causing havoc on their guards there, and that is creating a problem here. Nate now has the ball to kick off this third quarter. He kicks over to Drew. Drew kicks it to JT. Eagles clearly running the play here. Luke comes back into the game and sets a screen there. Ball back to JT. JT works on his defender. He thought about the jumper, pump fake, and it is off.
Second chance
the
rebound
back. Corner kick to Nate. Nate gives it to Marty. Marty thought about baseline. He takes it the second time, and he stepped out. That would be a turnover for the Eagles.
And as we just mentioned, turnovers will be a key part here for both sides.
Turnovers is pretty much controlling the game here. No team could really jump away because they're losing the ball. Cody has it. He dribbles right through our press. He goes up for 2. No foul is called there, and we are off with JT pushing it up to the court. He gives it to Drew. Drew thought about the 3. He gives it to Marty. Marty drives. He goes up for 2, and it's good. Nice bucket there for Marty McGlynn.
3rd points of the game for Marty, and that's what he loves to do. Driving on the lane, hop step, pump fake, get it right up.
Cody now has it. He kicks over to Jimmy. Jimmy is working on the perimeter there. He comes off the screen, double team. Ball dump low to David. David almost stepped out. He kicks to Pierce. Pierce for 3. And a big 3 there for Pierce Diggs.
Nate Yursh is bringing the ball up the court here. Looking to set up the offense. He passes JT Kilsheimer across the court. Screen from Lucius Losky.
Drew now has it. He
back cut from Marty McGlynn. Pump fake.
2
nice
more points for Marty
McGlynn.
McGlynn. He is filling it this quarter with 4 points, just like that.
St. Ed's coming on the full court man-to-man press, and maybe a foul there from Cody Haddad.
Cody has it. He kicks paint, but JT steals it. Nate slows it down. Drew slows it down, sorry. He thought about the 3. He gives it to his brother, Nate. Nate drives in, little bump.
Maybe a little bit too much.
Rebound there from Luke. He kicks out to
boom! And the foul. That's exactly what you need from a big-time player in a big-time moment.
Drew Yurshich with a big 3 there. And just as I was about to say that, I seen maybe a foul could be called. All net into N1 for Drew Yurshich.
Yeah, that's not a smart foul there from St. Ignatius in a big moment like this. St. Edward takes the lead for, I believe, one of the first times this game.
27-25 is the score here with the chance to expand in the lead to 3. Free throw up from Drew, and it's off.
Nate Yursh is trying to poke the ball out from the bigger, way much bigger.
Cody now has it. He works. He kicks over to Pierce. Pierce gives it to David. David thought about the 3. He gives it back to Pierce. Pierce works. Screen set by David. Pierce goes in, and a foul will be called. Maybe a little handsy there for the Eagles.
Foul there on Marty McGlynn on the help defense. He needs to step in the lane to take one.
And this gym is packed just for a JV game. This is amazing.
Yeah, we see crowds like this all the time. Only at St. Ignatius vs. St. Ed's for the JV.
The anticipation for the Holy War is always something that you would want to see.
And the matchup being so good last time, you would want to see one just like this.
Free throw there from Pierce is good.
I believe they are 4 for 4, maybe. No, they took way more foul shots than that, everyone. I'm sorry. But basically perfect.
And as soon as you said that, a miss there from Pierce, he might have heard you.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of commentator's curse.
Aggressive defense been played there on Drew. Drew kicks it to Marty. Marty comes off the screen. He looks. He thought about passing. He puts his head down. He drives. It's not there. Pass out to JT. JT beats the defender. He gets in, and a missed layup.
Shot blocked by the much bigger Jimmy Thomas.
Blocking foul called there. As you see, the Yurshich twin tried to get a charging foul there.
And he hit his head very hard on the ground there. And that's his third foul of the game.
And you see David, every time he gets a fast break, you know the Euro step is coming. It's a nice move for a big man, not expected for him to do it. But he's definitely starting to cause problems with this easy ability to draw fouls.
Yeah, and then he just has to work on, when taking charges, have to get set a lot earlier, quicker, and faster.
First free throw is up for David. It is good.
Like I said earlier, everyone's a great free throw shooter here.
He now has 8 points tonight. The game is tied, split at 27.
Zach Heckman looking to sub back into the game. He subs in the game for Drew Yursich, who just hit his head very hard on the ground after taking that charge.
And you see some words that have been exchanged there with Coach Scarps and JT, maybe telling him to be more aggressive. What do you think it is, Aiden?
Yeah, I think it's just that. You know, JT's very aggressive most of the time, but he's been very timid this game and the last matchup between these two teams.
Zach now has it. He's working at the top, looking for someone to pass it to. He gives it up to Braylon. Viz comes up for the screen. Braylon comes off the screen. He tried to dump down low to Luke. It wasn't there. Marty now has it. He drives, almost loses it. Nowhere to pass it. Backdoor from Zach, and the 2-point is missed. Rebound from Braylon Sullivan, and that's second chance points right there by Braylon Sullivan. Cody now has it, once again dribbling through the press, and a pass thrown off of Nate's foot there.
Yeah, and what St. Anne's has done better so far this game is cutting Cody Haddad off on the full court, pushing up the court. You know, he's a very fast and physical player, running past him most of the time, but they have done a way better job cutting him off.
When I think of Cody, I think of a train full speed ahead. He just dribbles and dribbles and dribbles.
Steal by Zach. Oh, almost. Advance with the ball. Drop in the lane. Nice layup there on the 1-2.
Nice move there from Evan. The game is now split again at 29. Zach has it. He brings it up. He gives it to Zymir. Zymir comes off the screen. He thought about the shot. He kicks it to Braylon. Braylon goes in. Baseline cut there from Nate. Nate
Great
got them
help
both in the air, and
St. Ignatius.
Pierce fell.
Maybe a travel. Missed call there.
Zymir comes to get it for him. Once again, the momentum in this place is amazing.
And you can hear it, and if you're here, you can feel it. Maybe a foul there from Cody Haddad.
Nate drives, and a foul there called on Cody on the floor.
Second foul so far this game from Cody Haddad.
Wildcats didn't let that foul bring them down. They're trying to keep the energy up as they see how the fans in the gym, the energy here can elevate them on the court. Nate looks to inbound it. The play is not ran. The ball is given to Luke. Maybe a little miscommunication there.
Yes.
Zach has it at the top.
Score here is 29-29. 3 minutes left in the game. Zach Heckman, crossover, drop down lane, pass to Zymir Knox. Zymir Knox rip through. Big body, 1-2. Oh, and a block by David Mertens. Great help there. And as Zymir Knox looks up for the foul, it's the ball took by Pierce Gibbs, and they finally give it to him.
Foul calling there on Pierce. He will come out the game. Maybe a loose ball there. Not sure why the foul was called on him, but
yeah, and that's 4 fouls on Pierce Gibbs. He's not feeling it. He's complaining to the refs, complaining to his teammates, smacking hands very hard, and he needs to keep his emotions low and in control during this game.
That might slow down the Wildcats right there, as Pierce is a great player.
Yeah, and one of their leading scorers right now, having 10 points within this game.
Luke has it. He works it to Nate, and Nate is in the corner. They're running the play here. Nate tries to drive. Braylon gets it. Nice crossover from Braylon. He picks it up. Zymir cuts. He looks for Zach. Zach gets it, and no foul called there, but a foul will be called on the layup attempt there for Luke Kozlowski.
And as we speak of Luke, Luke is a very physical player, much smaller than most bigs he play against, especially next year on the varsity level as he looks to develop guard skills. But he's developing. It's been working as he's, 4 for 5 3-pointers this year, only attempting 1 last year as a freshman. So he's gaining the confidence as he makes the first free throw. 30-29
is your score here. 2 ties coming into the second half, one at 27 and again at 29. With signs of showing this is going to be a very great game when it comes to the end of it.
Yeah, and St. Anne's looks to set up a press here. I believe it's going to be a 1-2-2 full court maybe.
Both free throws there made from Luke. Defense here played by Nate. Trap comes over.
And it's the diamond press from St. Anne's. Luke Kozlowski being up front. Zymir Knox being all the way
Wildcats struggling to get it up. They finally do. Try to get it down low to David.
Zymir got a little bit too excited, jumping over the ball, being in the perfect position. He just has to finish that type of play out.
Ball here, Nate has it. He works, he gives it to Zach. Zach thought about the shot. He drives, he stops. Zymir gets it. And a foul there called.
Oh!
An elbow there to the face from Zymir Knox.
And St. Ignatius student section is getting lit. They're all standing up here.
The ref will call something here, I think. It might be a tech. Technical foul they're calling on Zymir Knox as he tripped him with his elbow, and the gym is now erupting. I want to argue that might not have been Knox's fault, but he has to work on his response.
Yeah, this reminds me of the moment with Max McCullum from last year at St. Ignatius, a moment just like this. Do you want to speak on this, Aiden? That moment being a former member of the JV team?
Last year, Max maybe got a little too aggressive there.
Just like Zymir Knox, maybe?
Yeah. And that's a key moment in the game because it's tied at 31 and technical foul, 3 points here. David, I doubt that he misses. He knocks down the first free throw, 32-31 is the score. Both free throws good there for David. 33-31 is now your score, and the refs still their discussion conversation here with Coach Sweeney.
Yeah, I believe that should have been, especially at tackle number 14, initiating it. But, you know, as they say, the second man always gets caught.
Coach Eddie, they're giving some words to Zymir maybe on how to respond to that situation better. Coach Eddie also played at Edge, graduating in the class of 2014.
And also being a coach of the St. Ed's freshman team last year, who went undefeated against your Wildcats.
Anthony has it at the top. He kicks over to Evan. Evan tries to work. He kicks over to Vance. Vance drives, gives it back to Anthony. Anthony for the pull-up jumper, and it's off. Anthony thought about the three again, but instead he drove. He kicked out to Vance. Vance for a three. Boom! Three there from Vance Brody. The score is now 36-31. That technical foul really didn't play in the odds of St. Ed's.
Yeah, that was a big moment there for St. Ed's. They have game energy, have game momentum. Oh, and a great move from Zach Ekman. And it's no good.
Rebound there from Nate. No foul is called. And finally a foul will be called there.
Yeah, it looks as if number 22 tried to tackle Nate Yersich.
One thing I would like to note here is Ignatius are really showing their team how a home advantage really works. Edge is not as loud. I'm sure they will bring it in the varsity game. But I feel like the fans are playing a big role into tonight's game.
Yeah, you never see that much in the JV game. And home advantage should not matter in a rivalry like this, with these schools being basically right across the street from each other.
Nate kicks it up to Zach for the inbound play. Zach swings over to Braylon. Braylon kicks back to Nate. Zach gets it. He thought about the three, maybe looking at someone to pass it to. Braylon tried, the back door wasn't open. Nate gets it back. He brings it out. And once again, you hear the Wildcats getting a little loud here. Nate with the fading jump shot, and it's good.
Great move there from Nate.
Timeout there call from Coach Sweeney. 33-36 is your score here. And Aiden, what would you like to say about that technical foul from Zymir Knox?
Yeah, that technical foul gave St. Ignatius all the momentum they needed, knocking down both free throws, come down the court and hitting a big three from Vance. That moment is way too big for the Eagles, and they have to find a way to overcome it, especially St. Ignatius have the bigger crowd here so far, with a lot more crowd, and that's helping their momentum out and morale a lot.
And one of the biggest things about basketball is always your mentality. A lot of the game has to do with how you feel and how you control your emotions throughout the game, and maybe Zymir, he could have got fouled there, but he just has to work on his response.
Yeah, being a much younger player, maybe the youngest player on both teams on the court, he has to work on his emotions and response, and he will throughout the years.
I'm sure we would see some growth from the freshman Zymir Knox. Wildcats here with the ball, running an inbound play. Cody is back in the game. He works and he dribbles up.
Moving screen there on number 22. St. Edward ball.
Zach now has it at the top. 50 seconds remaining left here in this game. He drove. Braylon now has it. He goes in. Brian Vlasic for the three.
Does not miss. Oh, and he does there. I think I jinxed it a little bit, everyone. Great rebound there from Luke Kozlowski, fighting hard and physical. St. Edward's ball.
Great second chance effort there for Luke Kozlowski as he kept the ball alive for your Eagles. 38 seconds remaining in this third quarter. 36-33 is your score. Eagles are in the inbound play here. Brian comes for it. He is almost double teamed. Zach gets it. The Wildcat student section starts to stand up. Not sure what that's about.
Oh, and also St. Edward's bench starts to stand up. So you're finna feel the momentum here.
The Eagles might be looking to hold it for the last shot here. Coach Dev Jack thought about making an adjustment there, but he won't. He'll let it play out.
Look for the last shot. Zach Heckman dribbling up the ball. Zach Heckman, a screen from Luke Kozlowski.
Zach has it. Brian comes for the screen. Brian is double teamed. It's not open. Brian thought about it. He's getting played and defended there. No foul will be called.
And Brian Vlasic looks for the second buzzer beater of the half.
To me, that last play there for your Eagles, that was not a bad foul attempt for Brian Vlasic, but he maybe has to understand he's playing high school basketball and refs won't call fouls like that. 36-33 is your score here going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what are your takeaways about this game so far, Aiden? And what do you think the key takeaways that will help both teams win?
I think for the Eagles, we have to control our reaction. I know that wasn't a meant mistake there, or Zymir didn't mean to commit that technical foul, but he can see the 5-point swing there after the technical foul. The Eagles are still doing great playing defense, and if they keep playing defense that good, we won't have a problem winning this game. The Wildcats here are applying a lot of pressure. They're keeping the energy up, and yeah.
Yeah, and this has been a back-and-forth game between both teams, tying the game 4 times for both teams. I believe that 27, 29, and 33, I cannot name the other time. But 3 ties in the third quarter alone was a big impact for both sides. St. Ed's comes up the lineup with JT Kelsheimer, Nate Yurcich, Zach Heckelman, Bowden Grant, and Luke Kozlowski.
And we usually don't see games this close, but nobody could take the lead here. I know it will come down to a nail biter.
Yeah, just like last matchup. Hopefully it's not. It's in St. Edward's favor. Zach Heckelman playing full court defense on Anthony Rowley, 94 feet.
Connor kicks it over to Vance. Vance works. He gives it over to Evan. Evan loses it. Great defense there played again from Drew Yurcich.
Drew Yurcich looking a lot like Braylon Sullivan, a pest once again. All these much smaller guards are going to have to become pests if they want to play here at St. Edward, just like Joey Scarpetti is.
Zach now has it as he dribbles up the court. 6 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. And another turnover for your St. Edward Eagles. Turnovers will keep us down.
The St. Edward student section starting to get into the game a little bit. Pointing at Zach Heckelman is chanting you. Zach beating himself up over the turnover, speaking to the coaches afterwards.
JT now playing defense here on Cody. Cody blows by, he goes in, and
great help defense from Drew
he
Yurcich.
kicks over corner. And a steal there for the Eagles. No foul there called.
Bowden Grant tying the ball up. Lucas Lofty helping him up. Braylon
Sullivan, and now Nate Yurcich will check into the game for Zach and JT.
Yeah, we have not seen Marty McGlynn in a while, everyone. Still waiting to see him, only having 1 foul. I wonder what it is with him.
Marty is still a great player. A few mistakes, but that won't do much. Hopefully he can check in soon. Braylon now has it. He kicks it up. He dribbles it up, sorry. He thought about driving there. He kicks it to Nate. Nate thought about it. And a 3-second call there on Luke Kozlowski. Another turnover for your St. Edward Eagles.
Mental mistakes. That's what's going to kill St. Ed's. Luke Kozlowski has to know 3 seconds. He's been playing basketball long enough to know those type of calls.
And you can see the Wildcats maybe not getting too down when things don't go in their favor, but the Eagles look a little frustrated here.
What was Luke Kozlowski doing there? Messing up the 22 press, leaving a wide open number 5 for the 3.
Nice putback there for Anthony as the crowd erupts in joy. 38-33 is now your score here. Bowden has it at the top. He kicks it over to Braylon. Braylon comes off the screen. He dribbles. He gives it back to Bowden. Bowden goes baseline. Floater layup there from Bowden, and it's not good.
Yeah, we need those in type of moments like this. St. Ignatius is pulling away here on a 5-0 run. St. Ignatius has not scored coming out the break.
Anthony with the three. Anthony will knock it down. Anthony here with 5 points back-to-back. He is a key player tonight.
And St. Ignatius looks to sub in their big-time players here. Pierce Gibbs, Jimmy Thomas, and David Mertens. That's going to affect the game in a big way, especially when they have this much momentum. Oh, and great defense there from Cody Haddad. Getting all over him. Oh, timeout by St. Ignatius. Oh, and he's chirping, and he's standing over him. And he's trying to help him up. Oh, he pulls him up with force.
This game is no longer in the Eagles' favor.
Did they just call a tech? Timeout.
I thought a technical foul was called there too. The Wildcats have all the momentum right now, and that was a good timeout for Coach Sweeney. But the score now is 41-33, and it's starting to climb away from the Eagles.
Yeah, St. Ignatius on a 5-0 run here. Anthony Reale with 5 clutch points, looking to stiffen this lead for St. Ignatius.
And you can see how sometimes players might not be so consistent, but if they can score 5 points back-to-back just like that, the coach will have no problem with that.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed, and that's exactly what they got in that type of moment.
Quick shout out to Javion Ghostin here recording for us. I know he has to stand. He might not be used to this setup, but he's here getting the job done for us. Thank you, Javion.
Yeah, speaking of cameraman, let's shout out the St. Network cameraman students. Isaac Nears,
Josiah Nichols.
Their Instagrams are i.c media and 801 flicks.
Cody is now taking a break here. 5 minutes left. Marty is now back into the game. Marty kicks it to Zach. Zach brings it up. Hopefully the scorer here to silence his crowd. Marty has it. He comes off the screen. Braylon gets it. Braylon not sure what to do. He hits a jab step. He drives. Left-hand layup. And one there for Braylon Sullivan. Great layup. Great play.
And you feel the energy from St. Ignatius finally building up. The momentum from St. Ignatius finally building up. You are finally feeling the crowd build up for St. Ignatius here.
And before this game, Braylon talked to me about the struggle to still be a consistent scorer on this level. But he said he still has the ability to score the ball, but his role just changed a bit, and he's growing into it.
Yeah, I love the way Braylon plays. I love his game. Great defender, and he can get the bucket whenever he needs to.
8 points on the night here for Braylon Sullivan as he tries to shorten this lead here.
5 minutes left in the game. Score is 41-35, and he misses the first free throw. Oh, maybe a foul from Bowden Grant. And we hear fans heckling the refs already during the JV game. What would you expect
has it.
from
He gives it to Cody. Cody pull up three. It's off. Rebound from Zach. Zach pushes it. He slows it down. He goes back baseline. He kicks over to Drew. Drew gives it to Bowden. Bowden puts his head down and drives. The layup is good. 41-37, here's your score.
And Coach Dev Jack is complaining about something. Now, I can't tell you what it is, but he's very good at it.
A lot of fans heckling, saying that was maybe a moving screen. I guess that's the reason why they're in the crowd.
Yeah.
Anthony now pushes it up, double team there.
Oh,
no foul call. Steal from Braylon, kicks it to Marty. Back to Braylon. Braylon with a turnover there.
Uh-oh.
That's not what you need. Cody is off to the races. And a block shot there for your St. Edward Eagles, and a push from Cody. And the ref will not say nothing. Marty goes up for the layup. He passes it out. Braylon goes up for the layup. Foul. And a foul called there on the Wildcats.
Oh, and Braylon seems to be hurt. And this is a wild swing of emotion and plays here from both sides. Ref missing a pretty crucial call there. Cody Haddad throwing Marty McGlynn, the childhood friend of his, after he sent his shot off the backboard.
And I'm not sure what's in the air, but I don't think it's fair. Some missed calls are just blatant. You can see it. Everybody can see it, and we still have fans here heckling.
Yeah, we can feel it from both sides. Braylon Sullivan with the missed foul there, smacking the ball out. Anthony Reale hands, bringing the ball to the court.
First free throw is good for Braylon Sullivan. 41-38 is your score here.
Three-point game here. Braylon Sullivan looks to cut it down to 2.
It's up.
Lane violation on Bowden Grant. A missed free throw slows the game down. And they looked, I'm not sure the Eagles come out in, but they looked to set up a man-to-man press here.
Maybe it's our 14 look. Jimmy shakes it and get open. He goes baseline, double team there. He kicks it back over to Anthony. Anthony brings it up. Nice behind-the-back move there for him.
St. Ignatius looks to slow down the game. Oh, Great move there from Anthony Riley, but better defense being put. Oh my goodness.
A blocking foul once again called here on your St. Edward Eagles. Braylon seems to hit the spot there, and the foul just won't be called. David Mertez once again with his ability to draw fouls.
Yeah, Braylon Sullivan has to step in the lane quicker and earlier. Missed call there. Missed opportunity, I should say.
41-38 is your score as we see more fans walk into the building. And the first free throw for David is good.
St. Ignatius extends their lead by 4.
David with the second free throw, and it's off. Zach now has it in his possession. He walks it up, slows it down a bit. Bowden comes off the screen. He dribbles up. He gives it over to Drew. Drew gives it to Braylon, and the steal from Anthony. Anthony slows it down. He gives it to David. David.
Good foul there from Ursus, and Merchants is chirping. I mean, Ursus is not backing down.
You can see here
pulls him away.
How David Mertez is causing a problem tonight.
And the much bigger David Mertez is trying to cause problems.
And I think the refs here will call an intentional foul, which I'm not sure why they would do it.
Good call there, ref. Good no call there, ref. But yeah, David Mertz is just imposing his will. He's trying to impose his will on the Eagles mentally also, getting in Drew Ursh's face after the foul. Saying a couple choice words, which I do not know what they said, but I know they were very choice.
First free throw up for David. He's a little short.
And that's 2 back-to-back missed free throws. We don't see that very often from him. He's looking to shake back on the second right here.
Nate comes in for Drew.
And if I'm the Eagles coach, I'm looking to sub in Brian Velazquez here. Now and early, so we don't have to get a forced 3 here from him.
No one's open. Zach gets it. 3 minutes and 23 seconds remaining. 43-38 is your score here in the fourth quarter. Wildcats with a 5-point lead. Zach cuts in. He kicks it out to Braylon. Braylon kicks it to Marty. Marty with a spin move there. He has no one to give it to. Zach with the 3. Zach 3 is off.
Fading, and it's off. Oh, good.
Eagles here getting frustrated, and the refs won't miss a call when it comes to the Wildcats, but they'll miss a couple calls when it comes to Eds.
Yeah, you can hear the student section already. This is just a sneak peek at the varsity game.
Cody now has it. Almost stolen there for Braylon. Fans are getting upset, but that's just great defense play by Braylon Sullivan. Jimmy got away with a travel. Over to David for 3.
It's no good. St. Nash pushing the ball up the court.
Marty gets it. And 2 points for Marty. McGlynn, 40-43 is the score. This game is nowhere near from being over.
3-point game here, and it's a steal from the Eagles. Oh, loose ball, and they jump on it. Oh, jump ball, maybe, no. St. Nash gets the ball, they push up court, and Dev Jack called timeout. Great timeout there. Smart call there from Dev Jack. And you hear the refs, not the refs, you hear the players from both sides, and you see Coach Dad hug Zach Helkman after the play. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe.
I don't understand why fans get so heated in these games. At the end of the day, this is great competition and then great performance been played here for both teams. 40-43 is your score here. 2 minutes and 36 seconds remaining left in this game.
And this game has been exactly what you expect it to be. 2 great teams, a lot of great players, and this is exactly what you need. This is exactly what you want in big-time moments like this. Who will step up? Who will make a play? Who will get the job done from both sides?
And the only thing that is holding the Eagles back tonight is the fouls and the turnovers. That's pretty much it. If we can clean that up.
Yeah, and those both are mostly mental mistakes. So if St. Nash figured that out, it'll be a lot more easier for them.
Sometimes they're maybe a little too aggressive, and sometimes they're maybe not as aggressive and just give the ball right up.
Yeah, we haven't seen Zymer Knox back in the game after that technical foul, and I'm still looking for him. I believe he can play a big role in it.
From last year's experience, getting a technical foul is an easy way to get benched for multiple games, not just one. So maybe this would be a little mental lesson here for Zymer on how to control himself in a very hostile environment.
Yeah, and the Eagles stick with this lineup of Zach Henkelman, Marty McGlynn, Braylon Sullivan, Bowden Grant, and Nate Yursich. And you can hear the student section for St. Ignatius get loud already. Steal by Marty McGlynn. Oh, tip pass. Marty McGlynn has to get back up. Oh, great defense from Braylon Sullivan.
Braylon here playing great defense. David now has it at the top. Ball stolen there from Zach. Zach is off. Zach goes up for the layup.
No foul.
And it is good. And that should have been a foul, but we won't mind it. 42-43 is your score here. 2 minutes and 11 seconds left remaining in this game. Defense here been playing by the Eagles. Cody now has it. He kicks over to Jimmy. Jimmy gives it back to Cody. Maybe an offensive play ran here. Cody goes up. He kicks over to David. David thought about the three. No travel being called. Almost a steal there for Zach. Jimmy goes, reverses the layup, and Braylon with a block, and he is off. He gives it up to Zach over. And the three is up for Nate Yersich. What a three there from Nate Yersich. A big-time shot. Big-time players make big-time plays. 45-43 is your score.
And I love what I'm saying from both sides. I am seeing emotion from St.
Cody for three.
That's no good. Like I said earlier, St. Ignatius is making big-time plays when they need it most. And the freshman coach of St. Ignatius is chirping Zach Heckelman after Zach Heckelman gave him a nice 18-point game yesterday.
I'm not sure how to handle commentating in a big game like this. This is a very close one. 45-43 is your score.
Minute 20 seconds
Eagles
left.
with the lead, sorry.
Yeah, you're not used to saying that, huh, in this type of game.
Zach has it now as he looks at some type of full court press. Marty has it. He brings it up. Marty kicks it corner. That's where you want to keep the ball away. Bad situation there for the Eagles, and that would be a turnover.
St. Ignatius takes advantage of it.
One thing about basketball, you don't want to get trapped in the corners, and that forced Nate to throw a turnover there as he had nowhere else to pass the ball.
Yeah, you seen that right away before you even got past to the corner. Love the basketball IQ you have on yourself, Aiden.
Thank you, sir. Jimmy Thomas now looking forward to inbounding this ball. He inbounds it to Connor. Connor gives it to David. David thinks about driving. Defense been played by Bowden Grant there. Jimmy now has it. Coach Dev Jackson telling him to run a play. Assuming that he wanted Jimmy to score a bucket there. Anthony now has it.
Step over.
He drives. He kicks it. Connor
That's
for
your
three.
shooter.
Three there for Connor Mangan. That's a big-time shot, and the crowd has him
slowing
left.
down, playing at his own pace. Getting right past Anthony Reality and the foul. And you're sending the young guys to the free throw line. This is exactly what you need. This is exactly what you want.
That's a great way for the Eagles to capitalize after a big-time three being hit like that for the Wildcats. As soon as they get it, they run down the court knowing that the players are a little slow to get back. And 2 free throws here for Zach Hackelman. Hopefully we can take the lead.
And I'm not sure if Pitts Gribbs has fouled out the game already, but I know he's in foul trouble. So if he comes back in the game, that would be a big impact.
First free throw missed by Zach. That's a big one. Now with our hopes being tied of the game, freshman here, Zach Hackelman, maybe struggles to hit clutch shots in big-time moments, but I'm sure over his 4 years here at Edge, he will learn.
He actually hit a lot of clutch shots and clutch moments yesterday in the freshman game for St. Ignatius. Hopefully it translates here. As you can tell, it's very hard to talk. It's very hard to hear me.
Zach Hackelman missed both free throws, and the Eagles are now in a bad situation. Connor has it. He was the one who hit the big-time three. David now has it. He gives it over to Cody. Defense been played. He's trapped. He has nowhere to pass it, and a timeout will be called on Coach Devin Jackson.
And the Eagles don't want to foul anyone on the court. All these guys can make their free throws, and the Eagles' whole team run over to Zach Heckelman when he's halfway across the court to encourage him and tell him to get back on defense.
I'm sure he's pretty down on himself, but he has no reason to. He's a freshman up playing JV in a big-time Holy War matchup with plenty of time to get back and make a play.
Yeah, I spoke to Zach Heckelman after the game, and he was so passionate about that loss. Knowing he's a JV player, knowing he gets a second chance at him in 2 days, he was hurt about the one that happened that day. Putting up a great fight, having at least 20 points in that game for St. Ignatius' freshman team.
46-45 is your score here. 36 seconds remaining here in this fourth quarter. This is a good one.
And this is what you hope to see for the varsity game. As you see St. Ignatius varsity watching and we're getting ready to play.
Last time the Eagles faced the Wildcats on the varsity level, our Eagles ran away with a big victory. Didn't seem very competitive. I know the Wildcats are at home now and ready to get back for that loss.
Yeah, and the Eagles came out very fast, playing very fast. That loss propelled them to being ranked the #1 team in the state so far.
Zach out there still on the floor. That's what I like to see for the coaches, not taking them out for missing those 2 free throws right there. Connor will inbound the ball here.
Yeah, well, I'm looking to see what Dev Jackson's dribbling in this huddle. Does he want to hold the ball or get it back?
Some sort of screen here for Cody. It is. It's not there. It's not there. Nothing is there. And a 5-second call will be called on the Wildcats. Great defense there for the Eagles.
Yeah, that may have been a little bit fast, but it was a 5 count.
We might have got away with one, but that would be another timeout call for the Eagles. 46-45. Fans are upset. They don't know why the ref called that so fast, but hey, it's a game of basketball, and once you call something, you can't get it back.
Yeah, you see a former JV player for St. Ignatius walking game, Jimmy Lawson. He had a big impact last year. Jimmy
Lawless played on
the
Wildcats JV and freshman team. He was a great player when he there. He recently transferred to Gilmore, but he had a great season here for the Wildcats.
And you also see him walking with his teammate, Deesh Moulton, who's playing great minutes there at Gilmore.
Deesh Moulton is a senior guard, little small, but he can pass the ball, he can shoot, he can score, and his defense is underrated.
And as you see St. Ed's varsity coming in the game, they're looking and they're watching. They're supporting the little bros here, as they would call them.
Our Eagles look ready to come out here and avenge whatever the outcome is of this game. This is a close one. 36 seconds remaining, 46-45. The Eagles have the ball. Brian Vlasic is in.
And this is what I said earlier. I wanted to get Brian in the game a little bit earlier so he's hot when he need him most. Maybe a 5 count coming for the Eagles. No, they get the ball into Brian Vlasic. Brian Vlasic dribbling the ball up the court. St. Ignatius' whole team standing up on the bench.
Brian has it. He's looking. He's surveying where to go. A screen is set here for Brian. Brian comes off the screen. He goes up for 2. And a bad shot there took from Brian Vlasic. Eagles look to foul.
Score is 46-45. And you can see the frustration on the coaches' faces here.
Maybe that wasn't the play. Maybe Brian got ahead of himself. But once again, it takes a big-time player to even attempt a shot like that.
Yeah, to know you have the go and the green light to take a type of shot like that, it takes a lot of courage and spirit from Brian.
These free throws here is a chance for the Wildcats to expand the lead to 3 with hope that the Eagles can maybe do something to get back into this game. And soon after, Brian will come out. Still great minutes here for Brian Vlasic.
And Coach keeps him right back next to him, looking to put Brian Vlasic in right away. They're coaching him up on that shot, and I believe they're going to put him back in the game.
Jimmy Thomas is up for the free throw, and he hits it. 47-45 is now the score.
And this reminds me a lot of that last game. The St. Ignatius Wildcats go to the line in clutch moments and make their free throws. They have done it all game, and they've done it so far this game. And they're chanting MVP for Jimmy Thomas, who has about 14. Oh, sorry, everyone. I'm not sure.
Second free throw missed, but rebound for Connor. That's a big rebound. Jimmy has it. He kicks over to Cody, and Cody will get fouled.
And that's probably who you want the ball hit with. That's probably who you want the hands of the ball in. Cody had that not being the best free throw shooter on the team, but a great free throw shooter.
It is now 12 seconds remaining with a chance of making this a 2-possession game here. And a sub here for Luke Wisloski will be put in, as clearly the coach sees there's maybe a height disadvantage here.
Yeah, they need this rebound right here. This is a big one. Only having 5 fouls, only having 8 fouls, they're only in the first bonus.
First free throw up for Cody, and he makes it.
Makes it a 3-point game. And he's now, David Merchant is chirping Wisloski. Wisloski doesn't like that. Wisloski doesn't say much, being a much quieter player. He's finally talking back.
Second free throw from Cody is up, and he missed it. Rebound once again for the Wildcats, and the foul will be called. We see the Eagles here once again maybe lose a game because of the rebound disadvantage down there in the paint for the Eagles.
And the size advantage for the Eagles seems to be a big factor once again.
Now we have a chant here for the Wildcats, as they're now feeling it. Connor at the free throw line with a chance to get this lead up to 5. 48-45 is your score. 10 seconds remaining. Drew Yursis came out the game.
Zach Huckman summoned the game, being a bigger guard, helping with the rebound for St. Ed's.
Connor missed it, and almost another rebound for the Wildcats, but a jump ball will be called, and the Wildcats will get the ball once again. If this shows anything, this shows how important it is to get down low and box out and get a rebound.
Eagles looking to force another 5-second count. 8 seconds being left in the game. If the Wildcats get this ball, it will be theirs. They might be able to put this game away because they will not miss these many free throws once again.
8 seconds remaining here. The ball is up. Cody gets it. That is very important. Connor has it. David has it. David kicks it back to Cody. And the game is now almost over. 1 second remaining. A foul called here. And you see the Wildcats clap in enjoyment as the Wildcats might walk away with this one in the victory.
Yeah, you can see everyone in the crowd waving, saying goodbye to the Eagles. Braylon, you see the look of disappointment on Braylon Sullivan's face. Coach Winnie faces he's now 0-4 against the Ignatius Wildcats. And you can see the happiness and joyfulness.
Connor misses a free throw once again. If he misses one more time, the Eagles have one more chance at a last-second heave.
Like I was saying, you can see the happiness and joyfulness on Jeff Jack's face as he looks to go 2-0 against the Eagles this season.
Second free throw is good, and that will more than likely do it. 49-45 is the score to this game. The Wildcats walked away with a 4-point victory. Aiden, would you please like to explain what happened?
Oh, Cody had that Chubbs, Bowden Grant in the game, and Bowden Grant Chubbs, Cody had that back. As we look to end this game, we have to shake hands once again. And Cody Haddad is known for chirping after games. But once again, this is a great matchup between both teams. Whichever team made less mental mistakes will win this game, and they made less mental mistakes and they won the game. That's how I see it. Braylon Sullivan has heard about this one. We're walking over to the varsity, getting ready to chant and preparing for the next game.
Braylon here had a great game. I don't want his head to be down, but the Eagles just have to learn how to rebound in important situations like that.
Cody Dad talking to his childhood friend, Marty McGlynn. I'm sorry, everyone. Marty McGlynn looks for his warm-up.
Ladies and gentlemen, that will do it here for your JV game. We will tune in later with the varsity matchup, Eagles versus the Wildcats.
Have a good night, everyone.